Guys, I've been an entrepreneur since high school, ninth grade, and I've been a real estate investor since 2006. And all this time, I've been bringing you information all through my own brain. But today, I'm going to talk about a convenience landlord hack that was not my idea. So once again, all through my YouTube channel, I've only talked about ideas and businesses that I've done or I taught my students to do. But today's going to be an idea that I got from a very good close friend of mine back in college. Okay, so what I saw him do is very smart guy. Now before I go into it, I want to give you a little story to help you understand the logistics of the convenience store landlord hack. Okay, and then I'm going to trickle on some seller financing on there because, you know, to help you understand it. So the story was, today I went to the kebab house to eat, and there was a beautiful soul sitting next to me. He was an Indian guy. He was the same age as my dad. And I was eating, and I looked over to him, and through my socialization skills that I've been working on, and I started talking to him. And he was a really cool cat. You know, we talked about, you know, that he lived in Iran, that, you know, he had this many kids, you know, he had a wife, how he got married, and all these good jazz, right? And we kind of vibe really good, even though there was a total age difference. And, you know, I asked him what he did. Well, actually, he asked me what I did, and I told him I'm a real estate investor, and he said, yeah, he does the convenience store, okay? And that's when the idea came to me for this video, because it was like, but let me continue with the conversation. After we were talking for a little bit, then he talked about an idea that, you know, I didn't like, okay? He said something about, like, you know, bro, you know, you can't trust Islamic people, right? And I understand where he's coming from, because where he's from, you know, the government took, you know, land and gold and stuff from him, and never happened to be in that boot camp. But, you know, and this is where the old me would have been like, you know what, bro, give him my arguments, blah, 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 blah. But the new me, you know, realized that, hey man, we have so many things in common. This is one thing that we don't have in common, and this is good for me to bend, you know. And I kind of explained my theory that, you know, Romy, I said, do you know Romy? He said, yeah. I said, you know, the ray, he says the source of the light is all the same, but different, you know, rainbows will be different castes, you know, like Hindus or Christianity or Islam, and he kind of got it. And then I changed the subject because I was able to bend instead of argue with the guy, right? All right, now why I'm telling you this story is because for you, what I'm going to explain to you now, you have to be able to bend your theory, your idea, your concept, okay? Especially when I trickle in the seller financing. So my buddy was a very smart cat. When we were in high school, you know, I was just doing one-on-one personal training, and what he was doing is he had started a pager business. This is the time before mobile cell phones, okay? So when he was in high school, he started a pager business, and by the time he became a senior, he sold it and, you know, made a good chunk of money. And then he took this chunk of money and started buying convenience stores. But the way he did it was very brilliant, and I'm going to show you what he did, because he created himself a guaranteed lump sum of money up front and a guaranteed rent every month, okay? So what he would do is he would buy a convenience store that was totally closed down. Then, you know, he would get traditional financing. Then what he would do is build the business up in there for, you know, anywhere from 6 months to 12 months, okay? Like, he'll work in there himself, he do all the sweat equity, you know, get the convenience store going, get a little, you know, place where people can come eat quick food, you know, like pizza, like, you know, a little cafe, not a cafe, but a little restaurant, you know, or something like that, you know, where he can dish out, because that was very profitable. And he would get the thing going for 6 to 12 months, working there every day. Okay, so he would buy the property, he was the landlord, then he would start the business of the convenience store up himself to guarantee success. Now, what was really brilliant is because after that 6 to 12 months, he would find an Indian guy or a Chinese guy or some immigrant that just came to America, you know, or, you know, that understands this business. He's gonna work there. That Indian guy would then, or a Chinese guy would then go get a loan to buy the property from my friend, okay? And then what that meant is he only started this business up for like a short period of time, and then he was able to sell the business, okay, for a large sum of money, okay? Maybe like, who knows, okay? The inventory plus profit, okay? Because you worked there for like 6 months plus profits, okay? But the ingenious thing was that now he knew that what the business was producing for those 6 to 12 months. So he knew how much rent was going to be, his rent was going to be guaranteed, which is very, very genius. So when he sold the property to these people, then he became their landlord, and then, you know, moved back to California and rinse and repeat, okay? So it was very, very genius, okay, that he was able to buy these gas stations that were like closed down, renovate them for very little amount of, you know, like money, because, you know, he wouldn't go A, you know, he would go C level work, okay? And because he's going to sell the business, and after he sold it, it was you know, the business owner's responsibility, right? So anyways, he would start that business. He would work there, let's say, for a whole 12 months, make the business profitable. He knew how to do this thing over and over. He had, you know, he was just master of it, okay? And then he'll sell that convenience store and now become the landlord, because he owned the land, the building, and he started the business. Like most people will just buy the land. If they're investors, they'll buy that property and just wait for someone to come lease it. Every month they got to pay the taxes, they got to pay this, they got to pay that, okay? Well, this guy was so smart. From day one, he immediately occupied it, turned into a running business. So if a buyer came or not, it didn't matter. It was already making the money. If you really wanted to, you could put someone in there. But the smart part of it is his ability to start a business, quickly exit, make a lump sum of money, and guarantee passive income for a long time. And if the guy couldn't pay the rent anymore, guess what, man? He was a landlord. You take it, equipment is all there, rinse and repeat, okay? Very, very genius. Now, the part that I would add into the equation is that, especially in today's age where there's so many commercial properties, you know, I'm driving and I see for sale or for rent, same building, right? There's a lot of commercial properties. I would market to these owners of these buildings, and the way you can find that out is by going to myrealestatedojo.com. Click on Start Now. It's totally for free. There's a video that shows you how to find the data from the county clerk's office, and it's for pre-foreclosures. So you can go from there. You kind of get the idea and run with it. Okay, it's not too hard. Anyway, it's totally for free. Okay. Thanks for clicking the like button. Anyways, going back to my friend's story, is that what I would do different is, instead of, you know, getting a conventional loan or paying all cash for it, what I would do is find these motivated sellers that own these commercial convenience stores. They're going to foreclosures or they're tired of it, and buy it from them with owner financing, where I give them very little amount of money up front, right? And move on. It doesn't matter if the building is occupied or not, right? If it's empty, someone owns it, right? They're still paying for it. Just because it's sitting there doesn't mean they're not paying for it, right? If not, then the city will take it over, right? So that's the only thing that I would add into it. My friend was a very genius dude, a lot geniuser than me, because in high school, I was just thinking is like one-on-one, like in the rich dad, poor dad quadrant, you know, I was thinking as there's I was being a personal trainer, right? I was doing one-on-one. And even though I saw that I need to systemize and get other personal trainers and get kickboxers and massage therapists in there, I couldn't figure out how to have the trainer not have a relationship with the client, where the client wouldn't just like hire him separately. You know what I mean? And I was just a young kid too anyways, but I realized that was like a personal relationship with a convenience store or a moving company or a real, you know, it's not like that, right? It's just like a repetitive service. So the genius the guy was, he had created a business that was in the B right in high school, which was in the pager business, which then after college, after high school, he was able to cash that sucker out and then get into the landlord passive income, starting businesses and selling businesses all in one kick, dude. It was just like that guy, the UFC fight. I don't know, man. I don't watch it, but there was a clip that came on where he went like this, boom, and then he turned around immediately, poof, hit that guy and knocked that guy out. And I was like, wow, man, the guy has red hair. He only has one eye, right? I'm like, dude, that was crazy. And this is exactly what my friend did, you know, with one move. It was like a boom, boom. Not only did he create himself a business, sell a business, he was also able to create him a passive income being the landlord. Pretty ingenious dude, man. So shout out to my buddy. So this is the very first time ever since I started my YouTube channel that I've ever shared something that, you know, was someone else's idea. I'm not one of those channels where I research this stuff, or I just talk about my own personal experience, guys. What I've done, what I'm doing, up, down, straight, business, whatever, okay? Once I decided I was gonna be a YouTuber. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in getting my free course, go to myrealestatedojo.com, click on start, right? It's totally for free. You don't even have to give me your email, guys. It's all there, no fluff, okay? That's why I'm Mr. No Fluff. The other thing is, if you are ready to work with me direct and you're a beginner, then join Let's Do a Deal, or my Palavun Brotherhood, where you get access to all my courses plus monthly meetings and lifetime access for a small fee, okay? Or you can, if you're a pro, you can join my profit sharing coaching where you know, I'll work with you direct and we'll split the profits. Don't take no for an answer, and always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Romy, peace.